So, taking forward from our last class, which was on Friday, which we happened, so that was our second class of the demo, where I explained you, guys, can you hear my voice, please? And can you see the screen?
Yep. Yes.
Yeah. Thank you very much for confirmation. Thanks, guys. Thank you very much. So taking forward from the last class, I gave an understanding about the artificial intelligence. What is an artificial intelligence? In a simple terminology, it is like providing an intelligence to the machines artificially so that they can behave like humans. Simple. Okay, but how they are done, how this, it's concept wise, it's okay, but how it is done? So it is done by passing through the data. When we give the data, the model will start learning from the data and it will do it. And this artificial intelligence is a concept. It's a concept of creating intelligent machines. And programmatically, the implementations are done with the help of machine learning, deep learning, generative AI, and agentic AI. Okay. Now, definition of artificial intelligence is a field of computer science which is used to build intelligent machines capable of performing tasks which requires human intelligence. There is example driverless cars, robotic doctors, etc. Now, Dartmouth conference is a conference where a gentleman by the name John McCarthy came into the dais, and he altogether started explaining about the intelligence providing to the system or the machines. Okay, so that they can think and perform like humans. So that is like while giving this presentation, he coined the term called as artificial intelligence for the first time. And this was in the year 1956. So look at the vision of that person's, that he spoke about the AI. And later on, this was like, he came up with a concept, but unfortunately, he was not having anything, a working model or a prototype to present it on this, but he gave us a complete understanding of end-to-end process of doing it. That is what is called as artificial intelligence. AI is completely dependent on the data, and artificial is data oriented. Artificial intelligence is data oriented. Without data, there is nothing. Okay, now as of now, you can put it as of now, because the future of the AI is like without data. That is called as reinforcement learning. Okay, now coming down to the case of this process of passing the data to the model, we usually call it on the technical terminology as training. This training, usually we can do it in three different ways. One is called as supervised learning. Second one is called as unsupervised learning. Third one is called as reinforcement learning. Supervised learning is where we are going to do all the pre-processing. Okay, we are going to make sure that data is error-free and very much understandable by model. Just like you can imagine, you take a small kid. Now, if you want to feed the kid, how you will feed it? You are going to cook it. You are going to make sure that that is tasty enough, and there is nothing, which is not liked by the kid, and you will get it, and you will take in the spoon and you will feed it. This is like spoon feeding, we will call. The same thing is called as supervised learning. I gave an example over here. When it is supervised learning, you can take it as a guy who is getting trained under a supervision of an institution. We call it as supervised learning. There is something called as unsupervised learning, where we are going to train on our own without any supervision. Now, this is, you are getting trained under the faculties, there will be administrations, they will be creating the exams and make sure that you are doing well, they will pressurize you, everything. They will monitor you very closely. In this case, you are going to take the sources and you will learn by yourself. This is an unsupervised and this is supervised. Now, the third case is, now, unsupervised and supervised, both the cases, the data is there. Data is there. This is what is going on currently. Whatever the applications are there on the AI-based applications, they are based on either supervised or unsupervised. But there is something called as, reinforcement learning. Reinforcement learning is there is no data at all. There is no data. Now, think that you imagine a scenario like this. Okay, now here, all of a sudden, okay, now what you're going to do it is, all of a sudden, you woke up in an island like this. Just say that you don't know like where you are. You just woke up over here. You are standing over here. And everywhere there is a water is there around you. Like this. Now you don't know what is this and what is. You don't know anything about this place. So what are you going to do? Yes, you are able to see only a part, only this part you can see it. Now there is a very large mountain is there, and here there is a very deep valley is there, and there is a forest is there on the other side. You are on the beach. Now what are you going to do? Obviously, you are going to start exploring the things, right? You are going to explore the things. Okay? You're going to start. How you will explore? You will take one area over here where you are secure. Then you will move out, start exploring. Then you will see the one way there is a forest. You will go to a place like 1 hour or 2 hours walk. And then you will come back to your original den where you feel secure. Then on the next day, you will go on to that and examine that there's a mountain. Then you will get back over here. Third one, you will come back over here. You will see there's a deep valley. You can't go over here. You will stop. Now, in your 3 options, this is gone. So only 2 are left out. Now, in this case, you will go to some place deep in the forest. Again, you got out to the sea on the other side. Then again, you will get back, and you only left out is going on the mountain. So what you're doing, you are exploring the things on your own. On what basis? Trial and error basis. This is called as reinforcement learning. Now, this is the future of AI. Okay, when we are talking about futuristic AI, that is all dependent on the reinforcement learning only. Okay, now, the AI is broadly classified into 3 types, guys. One is called as artificial narrow intelligence. Second one is artificial general intelligence. And third one is artificial super intelligence, like this. Artificial narrow intelligence, artificial general intelligence, artificial super intelligence. Okay, this is 3. As I told you, whatever the applications are running as of now, here, they are based on the narrow intelligence. Now, whatever your chat GPT, Gemini, or whatever the advanced stuff you are talking about, they all comes under this artificial narrow intelligence. Artificial general intelligence is nothing but, this is the next level of the stuff where, you are going to see that an AI system which is exactly behaving like humans. And super intelligence is far, far superior than the human intelligence. Once you make this one, they say that, they feel that humans are not required. Even now, there is a humanoid called as Sophia. Humanoid, again, the intelligence is not so great and they are using the reinforcement learning over there. But intelligence is not so up to the mark over there. But still, Sophia consider itself as the humans are, they are underrating the intelligence of the human, and they feel that in the future they may not require humans. I will just show you humanoid Sophia. Got it. Now, she is the one. Sophia, the robot full. Now, the company which built, it's a Japanese company. What they built they built again couple of more, like, I mean, it's not couple of more, like around 8 to 10. They call it as siblings of Sophia. And they all work on the same mechanism, pretty much same. And this uses the partial reinforcement learning, where it will start learning the things on its own. And she's been offered as like citizenship of UAE. And if you go and ask any question, she speaks just like a human. And like how the human will respond, think and all respond, the same way it will do it. And when they ask, the reporters will be there, they ask, what you feel that human intelligence, what's the future of human? They feel that it was feeling that it is underrating the human intelligence. Once we have our own mature robots, and they feel that they don't want humans. Okay, this is just like, like Transformers movie. There's a lot of movies came up where the things get transformed, the robots get transformed to the vehicles or the planes or something like that, and it will start. That is a future. That is, maybe you can see that one in next 100 years. Okay, this is like we have to control them very strictly. Then only it will be useful stuff for us. Otherwise, it will be difficult for us to survive. Okay. Now, okay. Now, going back to the next one, what is machine learning? Machine learning is like machine learning in Dartmouth conference. There is like a guy came down by the name Arthur Samuel in 1959, and he started speaking about the term called as machine learning. This is he experienced this one, like on his own experience. He built up a checkers game, and as the more and more people started playing, it was learning it from this. That's what he feel it, and it is a field of study that gives the computer ability to learn by itself without explicitly programmed. Now, the machine learning is a type of artificial intelligence that allows the machines to learn by itself without explicitly program. We don't need to program explicitly on this. So without explicitly program, they will be taking care of that. Okay. Now, coming down to the deep learning. Deep learning is the next level. See, there was a serious problem with this machine learning. What is the problem means? As I told you, it can't deal with the higher dimensional data like images or text data. The next one is it is if you have a large volume of data, if you are going to give it, it is not going to work it out over there. Third one is, if you are like you have to do all the pre-processing stuff over here, then only it is possible for us to take it forward. So this is again, it is kind of a problems with our machine learning. Then they came up with the deep learning. Deep learning is nothing but it is based on the human brain. Deep learning is a type of artificial intelligence which can be considered as a subset of machine learning, in which the artificial neural network is used, which is based on the biological neural network. Biological is our brain. Okay, now here the deep learning is specially designed to solve the complex problem statements like image classification, text generation, sentiment analysis, image recognition, and all these things. Now this is having two major fields. One is computer vision, second one is natural language processing. In the computer vision, we are giving the vision to the computers where it can recognize the things that can be implemented with a CNN. And natural language processing, we are giving the ability to the computers to learn and understand the things based on the we can make them learn and understand and generate the human language. That's what it is. So again, the actual evolution of the deep learning started in 1942 when Warren and Walter were came up with their own research papers, and based on those research paper, this gentleman called as Frank Rosenberg came and he extended it to perceptron. And later on in 2006, like approximately 50 years after that, they came up with a full-fledged solution by Jeffrey Hinton called as backpropagation. Okay. Now, this is about your deep learning. Now, deep learning, how it will work is, if you take it as your, like basically, if you take it as simple neuron, this is your neuron. Let's take it. They say that in the human brain, there are like thousands and thousands of neurons are there. So here is a neuron. These neurons will be connected with each other in this way, forming a network. Okay. It will form a network. Now, I'm just giving 4 of them. So what exactly happens over here is, once you give an input, now the source of input will be like our ears or our eyes or our sensors. In other words, like if you take it, eyes are our source of input. Now you are giving the, if you are seeing anything, like if you are seeing an object, a person over here, now your eyes will see first, and this will be passed on to our first neuron. First neuron will do some processing over here. It will grab the first level of features like eyes, and it will give to the next one. This will go with the second level of features like hair, and then next it will go to the third level of features, which we call it as now ears, and there is fifth level of features, fourth level of features, we can say it as nose, and so on. So in this way, if you see a person, your neurons will grab these things. Now, because of this, sometimes if you have shown a particular, like only eyes, you will able to recognize that who is that person. Okay. Or if you are able to see your friend is walking away from you, like he's walking away, his face is on the other side and he's moving, still you will be able to recognize that person, because these all neurons will be triggered and they will compare it and they will try to recognize the object. Okay, this is working in a network. We call it as this one as biological neural network. We call it as biological neural network. It's a neural network. A networks within it's like in a network, but they are biological within our brain. Based on this, they developed a artificial version. Okay, in the artificial version, what they did it is here there will be like an artificial version of this neurons. I'm taking like this. First neuron, second neuron, third one, and fourth one, like this. Okay. Now, when you give an input to this neuron, first neuron, this will do a processing, and this will go give out the output. That output will be an input to the next one, and this will give us the output. That will be an input to the next one, and then next one over here, like this. Okay. Now, this is my first neuron, artificial neuron. This is my second artificial neuron, third artificial neuron, like this. Okay, I will give N1, N2, N3, and N4. Now, these are artificial version of these neurons, and these neurons, which are artificial version, they call this as perceptron. They will call it as perceptron. I told you the perceptron was introduced by a gentleman called as Frank Rosenberg over here, though he was calling this biological neuron artificially as a perceptron. Okay. Okay. Now, these are like P1, P2, P3, and P4. They are connected in a network. We call it as this one as artificial neural network. Artificial neural network. Now, this is kind of, you can take it as the replica of the biological neural network. And this is also called as ANN. Now, this we will write it programmatically. That is what it will happen in your deep learning. Okay. Now, deep learning is also having some limitations. Like deep learning, what it will do is like whatever data you give it, based on that data only, it will recognize the things. Okay. It will recognize the things based on that data. It can't generate the things on its own. That is one of the major drawbacks of your deep learning. Okay. Now, see, I'll give you an example over here. As I was saying constantly, this is my model. Let's take it. This is my model. And this model, I'm giving some data over here. And this data, you are giving, like, for example, you are giving a cat image and an horse image and an elephant image. Let's take it. Now, it will learn from this. This is our training process. This is our data. So this is our model. So it will learn from this. Let me copy this. Okay, just give me a second. Okay. Okay. 1 second. So now if you take it, this is our a model. Now, what exactly happens is, if you are giving this data, that is cat, horse, and elephant, this will learn and it will able to recognize only these things. Okay, it is designed to recognize only these things. Like if you give an image, okay, if you give an image over here, a new image, it will say that whether it is a cat, whether it is an horse, whether it is an elephant. Of course, the accuracy level will be there. Sometimes it will give you correct answers. Sometimes it will give you less answer based on the number of data you are giving. But here, if you ask altogether, like you have to give an image. Now, what you can do it is, you ask anything like this. Here, you ask a question over here after training, generate a flying lion image. It will not do it. No, it will not do it. So whatever you are giving image, you give an image and ask whether it will tell you whether it belongs to any of them. Okay. But you say that generate a flying lion. Okay. If you are asking a flying lion, then it will not able to generate it. It's not designed for that. So here comes the generative AI. Here comes the generative AI. What is this generative AI? See, generative AI is, it's altogether a new concept. Of course, it's an extension of your deep learning, but it is a new concept. Like, for example, now how the human thinks and how the human generate the things, the same way this model will be doing. Now, I will tell you in a simple term. So, if what is generative AI is, it is nothing but it is a type of artificial intelligence, okay, that focus on creating new content, and it is a subset of deep learning and reinforcement learning. You know what is reinforcement learning now? Reinforcement learning is nothing but where the model is going to learn by itself on the trial and error basis. That comes under the category of reinforcement. So here, what exactly happens is, I will give you a small example over here. Try to understand this. See, this will generate altogether new content. Like, for example, I've been talking over here from past maybe half an hour or so, right? Now they are asking you, okay, they are asking you a question that, can you, now someone comes and say that, can you repeat whatever you have done it in this half an hour? I can go ahead and repeat these things exactly. This, whatever I documented, I can read it and I can repeat it exactly. But whatever the explanation I have done it over here, this exactly I can't do it. Exactly word to word, point to point, I can't do it. Yeah, I can. My whole context may be same. The meaning of the sentence may be same. But here, what exactly happens is, we can say it as exactly same words means I don't know. I can't do it. Yep, exactly what I give the example, each and every word, everything, I can't do it. Yep, I can give you the pretty much same meaning that I can do it, but exactly same word, I can't do it. Why? Because I was generating instantly. I'm taking the concept and I'm generating instantly those words. I'm forming a sentence. I'm trying to explain you over there. Got it? Now, this is what happens with our generative AI. Yep, my whole meaning will be same, but exactly word to word same, it is not possible for me to repeat it. Clear? The same thing happens with your generative AI. It will generate the new content based on its learning. Based on. Now, first and foremost major difference is this is the model we have been doing it, and this is the data I was doing it. But in this case, the data size will be very, very large. Okay, this data size, it was a bit smaller in our machine learning and deep learning. Now, when it comes to the generative AI, this size of the data will be very large. Now, very large in a sense, entire data, what is available over the internet. Whatever the data is available over the internet on the public domain, that data we are going to. Now, this is a data size maybe around petabytes or hexabytes of data. Petabytes or hexabytes of the data we are going to. So very, very large volume of data. Now, you can take it like over the internet, there's so many this lot of data is there. That data, you can train it over here. And this model, says this my machine should be very high-end machine to learn all this data. And they say that, if you take this data and you are going to give it, this is a training process, right? This training will take around 30 to 60 days. Again, this is very, very high-end system. Now, I will give you a small example how high-end it will be. Means, see, they will use the NVIDIA GPUs over here in this. So if you take it a GPU system with a high-end GPU system, like a simple GPU system with 32 GB RAM, 32 GB RAM I'm talking about, this will cost like 1 to 1.5 lakh. Let's take it as only 1 lakh Indian rupees. Okay, that is 100,000 Indian rupees. Okay, now this one, if you take it like 1024 GB, 1024 GB, our RAM is 1024 GB. Of course, you don't have anything chip like this, but you are going to integrate multiple 64 GBs or something like that, and you will do it. Okay, now you have 1024. This will cost us maybe 10 times if you take it, or 20 times. Maybe I will say it as 10 lakh Indian rupees. That is nothing but 1 million Indian rupees. Okay, 1 million Indian rupees. This is now this single system with this RAM 1024. They say that if they use a single system of this configuration and you will give this data, it will take 5 to 10 years to train with this. Petabytes of data with 1024 GB RAM data is there. If you are giving it to your model, then you will create a system. This system, if you use it over here, it will take 5 to 10 years to train, just to finish the training. So if you want to make this 30 to 60 days, you have to combine multiple of these. Like this. And you will make it a very high-end system. And this system will take 30 to 60 days. You can imagine like what will be the cost of this system. Okay, easily it will be like if you take it, this one system maybe like you can take it approximately like 500,000 Indian sorry US dollars, something like that. It will be 500,000 Indian, like $500,000 US dollars. Dollars I'm talking about. In Indian rupees, maybe we call it as like 3 crores or 4 crores for this, just for this. Okay, now collecting of the data and this training process will take a very large electricity, because this has to continuously run on 30 to 60 days. And they say that if a tier 3 city means approximately there are like 5 lakhs to 10 lakh houses, a city which is having 5 lakhs to 10 lakh houses, not the individuals. Houses, how much electricity they consume, the same amount of electricity will be consumed over here per day. How much a tier 3 city consumes per day, the same amount of electricity will be consumed over here. Clear? This is what exactly happens with this generative AI. Now, you are going to get a very large volume of data and you are going to take a very high-end system, and this process will take 30 to 60 days, and this entire process will be very expensive. They say that each time they train this one, they will cost like approximately $8 to $10 million for one-time training. One-time training, this one, they will cost like $8 to $10 million. Okay, now after training, as this is our model, right? This model is trained with very large volume of data. We call this one as large language model. Large language model, which is nothing but LLM. And what is the difference between this one, our normal, you can say it as our deep learning, and our generative AI is generative AI. First thing, the system is very high-end system. Second, very large volume of data. And this entire process is very expensive. And this LLM will remember all this data. Whatever you gave it, that it will remember it. Okay, now where it will remember, I will give you an idea over here. Let me take it. Okay, now here we will take it. This is our LLM, large language model. And this is, we are giving a very large volume of data, and this is everything, you know it. Okay, clearly. Now, this is a very expensive process. You can't do it just like that. Now, this model will remember this entire data, knowledge, in something called as parameters. Parameters. Now, you must have heard about like LLM with 1 billion parameters. Means these parameters what are used inside this, they are 1 billion. So whatever data you are giving it, it will be learning that, it will be storing in the parameters. Parameters, you can take it as the smallest units. That is again very deeply we have to go. We will go once we are in our regular course. But this is very you can take it as a small components where it will try to remember the knowledge. It will remember the knowledge over here. That is called as parameters. Okay. Now, very important point is, because our core focus is on generative AI. See, this is the one which is having all the knowledge, and you will get this knowledge. Okay. And you will put it in an application. Now, I will take it a different shape. let's take this is our application. This is having knowledge, all the knowledge. This LLM, you are going to put it in our application. This is our LLM. This LLM, I'm putting it over here. This is our application. Now, this application, you ask any question, it will give you the answer. It will give you the answer. Now, this application is nothing but our chat GPT, one of the application. And here the LLM is nothing but your GPT 4.0 or 5 or something like this. Okay, this is the latest version. Now, this will be there inside. This is a brain behind this application. Whatever question you are asking, that will go over here, and based on its knowledge, it will try to give you the answer. Again, very, very important point. It will generate the answers. It is not going to, get a predefined answers. No. It will instantly generate the answers. Now, I will prove it. I will prove it. Now, the company what developed this one initially, they call it as OpenAI. OpenAI. Okay. Now, the same thing the Google people came up with. Google people have their own LLM, the same process. Okay. Now, Google people came up with that. These are the parameters. I will just remove it. We don't need it. This is the LLM of your Google company. And they train it with a very large volume of data and they use it. They name this application as Gemini. And what is their GPT over here? The LLM, they call it as Gemini also. The application name is Gemini. This is also Gemini. The company name is Google. So why I'm showing you is this process of creating the LLMs cannot be done by everyone. It is a very, very expensive process. Only the companies which are very rich and who can afford it, they can do it. Okay. Now, what these people are doing is, now this is the entire process, right? These people, okay. I'll just clear it. Okay, now this LLM, they built it and they came up with a chat GPT. Okay, now what is the advantage for us is we can't build this LLM. This is very expensive. So you can get this LLM. Okay, you can get this LLM and you can keep it in your own application. Let's say this is our own application. This is our own application. This is ChatGPT or any of them. Okay, and you can get this one and you can use. How you get this one? With the help of APIs. API is a key. That's it. I will use this key and get it into my system over here. And I will start using this one in my system. Now, my system will become intelligent. Now it will start exactly how your GPT is there. The same way it will start giving you the answer. The same thing will work. Definitely it will work. 100% it will work. Okay. Now this one, when we take this API, this you have to pay the amount. Now I will show you this, how to get this, and this is a very simple code. It's nothing so they don't require a rocket science or something like that. It's a very, very simple code. A school-going kid also, they can do it. So that's why I was saying it. It's a very easy thing. But only thing is that the hype what is given is unnecessary complications they created, and they say that it's not your cup of tea. It's a very easy code. Okay, now let me show you how exactly generative AI is different from your traditional search engine. Let's take it. I'm going with my traditional search engine over here. 1 second. Okay. Now, traditional search engine, I'm asking a question over here that what is quantum computing, quantum computing technology. Okay. Now, here I gave it a question. Now we are going to run it. See, now ignore this part, definitely. Go down over here. Here, IBM, what is quantum computing? First thing. Second one here, what is quantum computing in Amazon Web Services? Third one, in Wikipedia, remember this. First, IBM, then, Amazon, Wikipedia, and TechTarget. Now, what it is doing, it is finding the website where it is speaking about the quantum computing in a much detailed way. It is guiding us to that particular website to go ahead and read it. It's your headache. This is a place where you can go and you can search. Okay, this is what exactly happens with our search engine. Now I'm going to search it once again. You see this? I'm going to give it as, I'm going to do it once again. I'm running it. Okay, now you can go over here down. Again, IBM, again, Amazon Web Services, Wikipedia, and TechTarget. If I refresh this one again, and I will run it this one again, what is quantum technology, computing technology. So now you can see it. IBM, Wikipedia, and a slight different one came down, Amazon Web Services. So what it is doing is, it is finding a website where the data is there. Now it's your headache. Go and read or whatever you do it. Right? And it is giving us how many results? Like some millions of results will be generated over here. I don't know, like here you can see it, so many pages. Previously they used to give an analysis. So many seconds it is taken and so and so. Now they removed it, that all. Now, hope you got it. Now the same thing I'm going to ask here, ChatGPT. ChatGPT, okay? Now here I will give it as, what is quantum computing or technology? Quantum computing technology. Now I'm copying this, guys, for your sake. Now just run it. Very good. We are getting the results. The quantum computing technology is an advanced form of computing that uses the principles of quantum mechanism. Here, this it is talking about. Okay, that's good enough. Now you may say, what is the difference? In this case, it is guiding us to a multiple websites over here. Here, it is getting that data and showing. No, that is not happening over here. So what is the difference is, here it is guiding us to this particular website, go and learn, that is there. In this case, when you train this, I was talking about when it is training. When it is training, this LLM will learn, right? Whatever knowledge it acquired, from that knowledge, it is generating the output. Instantly generating the output. What I mean, why I'm stressing that point a lot is this is not belongs to any particular website. No one can own this because this is instantly generated by your LLM or your application. Okay. Now, why I can say it so confidently means you take it over here. Look at everything. Now, I'm copying this. I will take it and next one over here. Again, ChatGPT. Okay. Now, here I will put on the same question. And here I'm giving it this. Now, look at this. Okay. Now, here, look at this. A quantum computer is an advanced form of computing that uses the principles of quantum mechanism, the science of how particles behave at the smallest scales like atom and photon to process the information in the way that classify the computer cannot. Okay, now here you see advanced field of computer science that uses the principle of quantum, the science of how the particles like electrons and photons. Here it is saying that smallest, how the particles behave at the smallest scale. They never use the word electronics over here. Smallest scale, atom. Now here it is directly using that how the particles like electrons and photons behaves to process the information way that classical computer cannot. Here it's saying that to process the information the ways that classical computer. Now it is looks pretty much same. Few things. Now what I'm trying to say is the core idea behind this is it is uses the quantum mechanism. The technology what is used under this is quantum physics, quantum mechanism, and this science of how the particles behaves at the smallest scale, like atom. Here also small. The meaning is same. The way that arrange the words is different. Only this one I'm talking about. Look at this one. Classical versus quantum computer. This one, a basic idea behind this. Hope you are getting it. Same question, same application, but the whole meaning is same. But the way it is presenting is slightly different. That's what I said it. If you are going to ask me to read something from a document, I can read it word by word without going mistake. Not one time, 100 times. But if you ask me to explain what I was explaining you by knowledge, whatever the knowledge I acquired over the time, based on that knowledge, I am trying to explain you. That is not possible for me to explain it exactly same. This is what is happening over here. This is generated by your. This is what is generated. Exactly, they are generating it. Okay, this doesn't belongs to anyone. Now you can take it one more over here. There is like Gemini is there. Okay, I will use the Gemini over here. I will say that Gemini is also pretty much similar. So here I will ask a generate an image of flying elephant over a seas, over ocean and forest. Now you can see this. This will try to generate. Are you signed in? I'm unable to. Okay, let me sign it with this. Okay, we are already signed in with this. It is asking me the question or not. Let me try to do it with this. Yeah, I'm putting on generate. Okay, generate a flying elephant over, flying elephant over ocean and forest and image. Now I'm just trying it out. Just give us a few seconds. Here. Ocean is there. There is forest is there. There is elephant flying with the wings. Now, this is generated instantly, guys. This is generated instantly. It is not that it is generated, now it is getting from any source. No, it is generated instantly. Okay? That is what exactly happens. So that is the beauty of your generative AI. Okay, now there are some terminologies there with the generative AI. One is called as, LLM, that is large language model. Second one is like, we call it as pre-trained and fine-tuned. Okay, and there is RAG. Now, these are some of the terminologies we will be using it over here. Okay. Now, here definition wise over here. So this can generate, okay, I can put it as generative AI concentrates on generating new content. Now, this content cannot belongs to anyone. Now, no one can own the ownership of this. This is the content, what it will do. Now, it can generate output like text generation. Text generation. Next one is like image generation. We have seen the image generation. You can get the video generation and audio generation, a music generation, all these things. Okay, now okay. And there is one more terminology, we will use it over here, that is called as prompt engineer. Prompt and prompt engineer. See, whatever we are giving over here, can you see it over here? What is the quantum computing technology? And here I will give it as, I don't know, where is that? Here also, that's something what we were giving it over here. Whatever the question we ask, that comes under the category of, here I'm asking it over here. Generate image. This is called as prompt. This is called as prompt. See, the more and more detailedly you are going to give the prompt, okay, the more detailedly you will give the prompt, the better the output will come out. Okay, the more details you give it, the better it will give you the output. Now, the very, very important thing is, the more and more details you will give it as a prompt over here, the better you will get the output, right? That is the basic thing. That's a basic idea behind this. Okay, now the writing the prompt is an art. It's a skill to making your, now simply you can take it as you are having a very, very powerful tool in your hand. That is your ChatGPT or LLMs. Only thing is that it's up to you how you want to use that. Okay, how you want to use it, it's up to you. Now you can use it to destroy yourself, or you can use it to betterment yourself. It's up to you. So the better you give the details over here as a prompt, the better you will get the output. And the more and more you give the details, it will get you the better output. That's one thing is sure. And here, when we are giving more and more details, the art of giving more and more details over here to make your LLM understand, that is called as prompt engineering. Prompt is your query, question. You can say it as this is nothing but your question. Now here, the art of writing this prompt is called as prompt engineering. Art of writing prompt with more details to get maximum output from LLM is called as prompt engineering. Okay, now here you can see this. We are getting an LLM over here and we are using in our own application. So this is through APIs. We are doing it through API. I will show you this clearly. I will show you. But here you can see it. This LLM is already trained. We are not doing that, is already trained. So we use a term called as pre-training or pre-trained. We call it as pre-trained. Pre-trained means this is the one. Pre-trained means the model which is already trained. You know LLM. LLM is large language model. When we take a very high-end sophisticated model, when you train it with a very, very large volume of data, that is nothing but your LLM. That you will get it to your system and you will use it. That is called as your pre-trained LLM. Okay, now prompt is nothing but your question, what you are going to give it. And the art of giving the details in that question, in the prompt, to make the LLM understand your problem and get the maximum output or the better output, the best output, is called as prompt engineering. Okay, now these two, we are going to see it tomorrow. What are these? I have to explain you a little bit over here. Now, this I am explaining literally your concepts of your generative AI, which we are going to do it one after the other. Of course, we are not going to do this one. This is very difficult to do it. We can't do it. We can't effort it. Maybe I can't effort it. So it's like that. This I will show you. Okay. Chalo, guys. Any questions for me, please? Any questions, please?
Yeah, sorry, I have a couple of questions for the AI agents. What is the best example for AI agent? Okay, how it is different from current technologies? Okay, I know you are talking about a lot of AI. There are like RPA, robotic process automation, like Blue Prism. They do some of the intelligent work, but not whatever you are mentioning. How this AI agent is going to make a difference in the whole business process? Can you give us some examples? Sorry. Yeah, sorry.
I never talked about the agent till now. If you've gone through the entire stuff, I didn't talk about the agent. The agent is the next concept. I will be using it. That's what I said it. We are going to talk about the fine-tuned RAG tomorrow. First thing. Second,
okay. Thank you, Arjun.
The second thing, what you're talking about, RPA, robotic process outsourcing, right? Robotic processing. Okay. RPA, this is a tool which is an automated tool. They are not an intelligent tools. Okay, what do you mean by that is you are going to you are going to process a set of steps, predefined steps, like Blue Prism and UiPath, automation anywhere, all these things. You are going to set up the steps, what it has to do it. Okay, and it will follow the steps and it will do it. It will never think at any point that, okay, what I have to do it if I don't get it. No, it will not think. You have to set up an area, go and fetch this information. It will go and fetch it from there itself. So that is an automating the process. You can do it with the Selenium also. That is, they are not the intelligent ones. These are intelligent. What do you mean by this is they can think, they can learn, and they can give you the output on their own. That is what it is. Now, agents is again a smallest unit, as you asked the question about the agent. So now LLM is there. LLM will have its own set of agents. There will be a own set of agents over here like this to perform a specific task. These agents, when LLM comes up any task which is out of this range, then it will trigger their relevant agents, and these agents will be going and performing the task and get back over here, and it will give it. That is the purpose of the agents. And these agents, they are intelligent agents, but they will become an autonomous agents where they can think and they can take the decision on their own. That is called as your agentic AI agent. Hope you are getting some point over here.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Any more questions, please? That I will explain you detailedly in tomorrow's.
Yeah, Arjun, actually, for each topic, right, for a for ML and the deep learning and generative, for each module, like how many projects, so you'll be doing, do you have any list, how many projects total you'll be covering? Also, like how this model you'll be deploying, these models, right, this ML operations, whatever this, right, automated deployment of this whole model, right? But how are you covering that well as well?
What modules you are talking about?
No, this model, right, the LLM model, whatever this generate model. So how we are going to deploy this model, the ML operations?
Now, first, I'm going to create you the multiple projects with this LLMs. With the RAG project, we are going to do it. Multi-agent projects, we are going to do it. And agentic AI projects, we are going to do it. Now, our timeline is just 120 days, and officially 100 days. So in this, I can't cover you the ML. I will not cover you the deployment. Now, says the cloud environment, I will not explain you on this. So as many of them were asking me to explain about the cloud, which is again, it is how to deploy with the cloud and ML ops kind of stuff over there. So that I will take you after completion of the course. I will call you all the people and I will give you about that. Okay, regarding the projects, like each and every concept will be doing a multiple projects over there. Not a predefined code, I will get it and I will run it. We are going to do it then and there itself, the project. Like email generation project or customer interaction, agents interacting project, or creating an avatar and making communication with the clients. The many projects will be doing it over there.
Yeah, understood. But do you have any list, something like that, you'll be covering these many projects for each category, like deep learning, these many ML, these many generative AI, these many projects like that?
I'm not having any list, but each concept we will be doing minimum 2 projects. Each concept. CNN 2 projects, like NLP 2 to 3 projects, and generative AI again with the RAG at least minimum 2 projects, multi agents minimum 2 projects. You will be doing end-to-end projects. Okay.
Oh, yeah, thank
you. Sorry, Arjun, one quick question. What kind of technologies I should know about to join this program?
Asif, 1 second. Vinodini, like if you can drop if you drop a message on this number, if you can see it, this is my number. I don't know if you have it. If you can drop a message on this WhatsApp number, I will share you the course content so that you can go with that and you can do it. We have already done it on the first classes, like what are the things we are going to cover it over here like this. Okay, this all I will send you to you. Yeah, Asif, you are asking something. Sorry for that. Asif, you are there?
Yeah. Hi, Arjun. Arjun, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. What kind of technologies do I need to know if I want to start this program?
Nothing. You can come down and you can start it. I will take care of everything. If you insist, and if you want me to say it very precisely, just learn the Python a bit, and that's enough.
How deep understanding required for the Python? It's an in-depth, as a basic level also fine.
Basic level is enough. I will cover that. I will cover it up. Not to worry about. I will cover it up. But this will be like, a basic stuff. And this week, once we have done with these demos, like today and tomorrow will be our last demo, where I will be showing you this agentic AI and the code and everything, so that you will be completely understanding it. So once after that, we will go do with the Python, and Python, you can understand it, how we will be going with the Python. The basic requirement, I will do it. And if you want to practice, you can practice it. And we will also provide you some 170 videos, which will be free of cost as a part of this course, where everything will be provided end-to-end Python if you are very keen on learning the Python.
Okay. Thank you, Arjun.
Okay. Any more questions, please?
Hey Arjun, this is Raj. One thing, actually, this is also my first demo class. I would like to understand, like, in terms of, like, you said 100 days of codes or 100 days. And what about each day class duration? Is it 1 hour, or like the time also the same? Or it
100
is going to
in a sense, 100 classes officially.
official? Okay, gotcha.
Officially 100 classes, and as you know, usually that is being framed up by the admin people, but I keep that 20 days extra, 20 classes extra to complete it, because we can't go with the deadlines, exact deadlines, right? So it may take 20 days extra, so it will be like 120 days. 120 days means 5 classes a week and 1.5 hour per day. 1 hour 15 minutes to 1.5 hour duration will be there. Class. Weekends, there won't be any class. If there is any long session, we may call you for the weekends. That will be about your what do you call it, as for any long session, I may call you on your prior approval over the weekends.
Yep, sounds good. Thank you.
Guys, if you want this course curriculum, please send a message, or you can call me if you have any queries over here, so that I can help you out with this. If you are calling from outside, please send a message. If I'm not picking up the call, then I will call you back and we can take it forward. Okay. Thank you very much, guys. I'm ending up the session. Let's meet tomorrow to continue with the session. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.